Hey, not Queen here with Community Builders Shop, and I want to share with you the first time I purchased a property that had tenants in it, right? So you see on TV how they make it look so easy when you flipping properties and um, you know buying nice houses and house hunters and all that stuff. But what they do not talk about is when you purchase a property and the tenants are already in the property and what you have to go through with that. So the very first property that I purchased was in Irvington, New Jersey. I'm in Jersey. And the tenants, it was tenants on the first and second floor. It was a two-family property. And the first floor people were, well, the female, the wife, she was kind of friendly at first, right? She kind of befriended me. So I would go there and collect the rent, and she would talk to me, kind of tell me her business. So I thought they were like cool peoples, right? Even though her husband didn't talk much. But when I purchased the property, legally you can go up 5% in Jersey. So when I went there, she had Section 8, but she also had a husband. So because her husband wasn't really supposed to be living there, I said, well, I don't care if he's here, you just pay $100 more, because the rent was actually below market. So the $100 more would have made it at market value, right? So this was a 3-bedroom apartment. So wait, this was in 2003, I believe, that I purchased that house, 2003. And yeah, I'm trying to make sure that's the date. So in 2003 it was a 3-bedroom. Now 3 bedrooms were like 1,100 at the time. She was paying 1,000. So I just said, well, pay an extra $100. Since he's here, it wasn't like I was going to go to Section 8 and tell that she was married. And that he actually was a correctional officer. But then she called her caseworker, and her caseworker called me and said, legally you can't ask her to pay 1,100. You can only go up $50. So I said, well, legally she's not supposed to be married, and her husband ain't supposed to be working for a correctional officer. Be a correctional officer receiving Section 8, right? So she wanted to get legal. Like, I was doing it the nice way, just give an extra 100. It was like you jeopardized everything for $100. This is a true story. $100. You're gonna call your caseworker and have her call me, talking about what could legally be done. Well, legally he ain't supposed to be there, right? So now we at war, because if you come for me, I'm gonna definitely serve you whatever it is that you're looking for. So the caseworker was like, well, I don't know about that. Look, she was like, I don't know about that, but you can't charge her more. So I said, okay. So now what I have to do, I don't have to sign. This is something for you. If you have tenants that have Section 8, legally you do not have to sign the Section 8 voucher. You don't have to sign it. Most people sign it because the tenants are there and you're going to get your money. But since she went to make it extra, I said, okay, then I'm not signing the paperwork, and she needs to move. That's simple. Like, I don't have to sign Section 8. I don't have to take it. So I said, okay, I'm not signing the forms, right? So now that I'm not signing the forms, I got to start the eviction. So when I go down there, I file the eviction. If you get evicted with Section 8, they take the Section 8. Now, tell me what sense this made. Tell me, did it make any sense to not just pay $100? But what happened was she agreed to it. He didn't. So he told her to tell her caseworker. Because when I was there, I was at the house. Like, I didn't write the paperwork up yet. I said it to her. I said, well, just pay an extra $100 and I'm good. She was like, okay. She was fine with it. He was at work. So when he got home, I guess he wasn't fine with having to pay $100. Like, I was about to say a wrong word. But you making, correctional officers make a lot of money, right? I think they started like 40, 50, 60. I think he was at 60 or something, because this is how small the world is. So I'm going through this with them, right? So I'm telling my girlfriend, who's a correctional officer, I got this. I said his last name. She said, wait a minute. She said his first name. I said, yeah. She said he worked with me. So I know for a fact he was making over $60,000. You making over $60,000 and you don't want to pay $100 extra in rent. I can't. Now I'm gonna say it. That's that nigga shit right there, right? Like you would rather get evicted than to pay $100 that you can pay out your pocket because Section 8 was paying the rent anyway. Anyway, so I took them to court. Now when I get to court, the Section 8 supervisor, whatever she was there at the court. So she said, and that because I went in, right? She came for me. I wrote Section 8 a letter telling them about her husband, exactly what correctional facility he worked at. Yes, I did. And so they was there at the tenant landlord court. So when I got there, the lady was there. She was like, well, you know, because like maybe 4 months had passed, no payment, but I didn't care. I was trying to get them out. So she was like, well, instead of not receiving your money, she was like, you can sign this form so we can pay you. This is the Section 8 lady. She said you can sign, because people know my heart. You know, I wear it on my sleeve. So she was like, you could sign the form, get your money that we owe you for back rent, and then you can proceed with the eviction for the husband being there and not being on the lease. This is what she told me. So I was like, but then I'm gonna have to start the process all over. She was like, no, you're not. She was like, we're gonna fill out these forms. You're gonna sign these forms, and while you here, you can tell, like, they have like a mediator. She was like, you can tell the mediator what we agreed to. Honey, I sure did sign them forms. Signed them forms. They sent me a check for like $6,000, and I got her evicted. Best thing ever. But I just wanted to share with you that everything is not peaches and cream when it comes to these tenants. So when you say you want to purchase a house, you have to be ready for the bull, right? Because you're going to get good tenants, but you're also going to get some extra tenants. Because, like, how simple would it have been to just pay the $100? Like, who does that, right? Who does that? Especially when she agreed to it, but him. So she let this man get her evicted out of the place she wanted to be in. She was there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made no sense. So I just wanted to share with y'all that story about the horrific. It's like, no, it wasn't that bad, but it was bad, but it wasn't that bad because it got worse. I ain't even go into her stalking me. Like, she was riding through the block. Her was riding through my block where I lived at. Crazy shit, child. Crazy. But the point is this: everything is not always peaches and cream. Tenants can be a piece of work, and you have to be ready to deal with them. So this is not Queen with Community Builders Shop, and I'm trying to share chronicles of real estate with y'all, so I hope you appreciate it. And I thank you for watching. I wish you much peace and blessings, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.